Liverpool hit another speed bump in the road to their 20th league title yesterday as they lost 3-2 to Fulham in a shock display. In today's video, we have some huge news as Captain Van Dijk has sent a clear message to Liverpool fans. We will look into this today whilst also going over all the latest Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. In addition, we will also talk over our 5 biggest takeaways from yesterday's disappointing result. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. But first, Arne Slot admitted he was not used to seeing the volume of mistakes made by his Premier League leaders as a 3-2 defeat at Fulham saw their 26-match unbeaten league run ended. Despite Alexis Mac Allister's sensational opener, Liverpool were handed their second defeat of the campaign. Substitute Luis Diaz found the net after the break, but it was not enough as Liverpool were inflicted their first league loss since Nottingham Forest's 1-0 win at Anfield in September. The result saw the Reds fail to capitalise on closest challengers, Arsenal dropping points in their 1-1 draw at Everton on Saturday, missing out on extending their 11-point lead at the summit with 7 matches remaining in the title race. It wasn't 45 minutes of disaster, but the errors we made weren't something that we're used to and it's something different, Slot said. It's disappointed us all, the players and the fans. One reason we're in the position we're in is because we don't make a lot of mistakes, and if we do, the players try and make up for them. After Sessegnon fired Fulham level, Iwobi's left-footed strike in the 32nd minute took a heavy deflection off Andy Robertson and passed Kawhi Kelleher to complete the turnaround. Following a turbulent performance against Everton striker Beto in their 1-0 midweek Merseyside derby win, Virgil van Dijk continued to struggle in West London, with Muniz beating him to a high ball and finishing through the goalkeeper's legs to give Fulham their third. For the second goal, instead of the ball going behind, it went into their goal. If you make mistakes, Fulham have the quality to punish, Slot added. In the second half, we made chances and could have made up for it, but we lacked time. In the last 25 minutes, it was clear that we could score a third. We have a whole week until West Ham. Everyone needs to be aware that the only way we win is through a constant effort and 90 minutes of hard work. The win sees Fulham bounce back from their FA Cup quarter-final exit to Crystal Palace last month and their 1-0 midweek defeat at Arsenal as they move up to 8th in the table. It was a great 3 points for us, I believe we deserved it, manager Marco Silva said. Our first half was at a good level, and after a good goal from Mac Allister, we had to be strong, be clever, make some tactical fouls, and the reaction was great. It was a game where we knew we had to be at a high tempo. Now, Virgil van Dijk has responded to Liverpool fans following his underwhelming display and a controversial moment in the Reds' chaotic 3-2 defeat to Fulham at Craven Cottage. The match, just Liverpool's second league loss of the season, was filled with drama, including a contentious early incident where Kawhi Kelleher brought down Andreas Pereira in the box but escaped punishment. Van Dijk's own moment of controversy came later, with former PGMOL chief Keith Hackett claiming he should have been punished for an illegal elbow on Sander Berge, an incident missed by the officials. After the game, Van Dijk took to Instagram to thank supporters, writing, "A lot of work still to do, as we all saw. Thanks to all of you travelling. On to Sunday." The post came amid mounting criticism, especially following a recent error in the Merseyside derby that nearly gifted Everton a goal. Despite a generally solid season, questions have emerged over Van Dijk's form and future, with no new contract agreed and his current deal set to expire in June. With negotiations yet to progress publicly, uncertainty continues to grow around the Liverpool captain. In this portion of the video, we will go over our 5 biggest takeaways from our 3-2 loss to Fulham yesterday. Any claims Liverpool were cruising to the title in a weak Premier League were undermined as they fell to a 3-2 defeat to a Fulham side among those still battling. Number 1. Firstly, there's no need for panic. There is absolutely no getting away from the fact that this was a disappointing afternoon for Liverpool. But the criticism should not be over the top given the position this team finds itself in at the end of a remarkable season. Remember, this was Liverpool's first defeat in 26 Premier League games and their first away from home in the league this campaign. As such, they still sit 11 points clear at the summit and well on track to win the title, making this bad day at the office far easier to brush off. Number 2. Errors were Liverpool's undoing. Of course, despite playing poorly in this one, Liverpool still managed to score 2 goals away from home and put themselves in with a chance of winning the game. That they didn't owe much to going 3-1 down during a calamitous first half, the likes of which we have not seen all season. Having averaged less than 1 defensive error leading to a shot per game, in 2024-25, the Reds produced 3 inside the first half hour at Craven Cottage. That is not only uncharacteristic, but also a good way to go about losing games of football. Number 3. Week league talk is clearly nonsense. That those mistakes were punished also owes much to the quality of some of Fulham's finishing, particularly the goals from Ryan Sessegnon and Rodrigo Muniz. Players able to do that are difficult to find, and yet they are littered throughout mid-table teams in the Premier League these days. That is why attempts to play down what Liverpool have achieved this season should be completely ignored. The fact is, they have done incredibly well to avoid an off day like this since defeat to Nottingham Forest way back in September, because when that happens in this league, you lose. Number 4. Liverpool have a glimpse of life without Trent. If Liverpool's games against Newcastle, Everton and Fulham are anything to go by, then you could say that they are in for serious pain when they lose Trent Alexander-Arnold's creativity this summer. In each of these outings without their vice-captain, the Reds have had problems with progressing the ball forward, looking too easy to contain if their midfielders are closed down. However, it is also worth noting that these fixtures have seen the makeshift options of Jarell Quansah and Curtis Jones used at right back, meaning this is not a true look at what life without Alexander-Arnold will be like. Perhaps the final 23 minutes at Fulham, which saw Connor Bradley grab an assist and create 2 chances, are a more accurate reflection of what is to come. Number 5. A kinder schedule will aid us. For some reason, fatigue seems to be the go-to excuse for Liverpool fans whenever they witness a poor performance, regardless of what has happened on the pitch. But the good news for those who believe that it can only ever be tiredness that undoes the Reds is that things are about to get a lot easier. After months and months of playing games in midweek, and then at the weekend, Arne Slot's side are now down to a 1-game-a-week schedule. That should make things far more straightforward in terms of preparation for each opponent and ensuring the legs remain fresh. But what do you think? Did we miss anything? Let me know down in the comments. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.